Hello, hello, and welcome to Your Holistic Earth podcast. My name is Kat Halushka, and I'm going to be your host for today. I'm so excited for this episode with Jesse Szymanski. We're going to be talking all about getting visible and getting on video. But first, let me tell you about Your Holistic Earth. Your Holistic Earth is a bridge that connects you to local and national experts in the field of holistic medicine. On each episode of the podcast, we're going to bring experts that are going to help you live healthier and happier life and increase the sense of well-being. Welcome, Jesse. I'm super excited to have you here today.
I'm super excited to be here today.
I love it. So let's just start from you telling us what it is that you actually do and how do you help people?
What do I do? All right. Well, I'm an award-winning television producer of 20 years. I've done everything in the industry except for feature films. So everything from oil and corporate gas up in Fort McMurray to entertainment reporting on City TV, all the way up to having a television series, a 1-hour drama that I was co-executive producer of. And this was an award-winning show. It actually was nominated for what is the Emmy of Canada, the Canadian Screen Awards. So that was a wild ride. And that went for 5 full seasons of Canadian television, which unless you're Heartland, that's pretty remarkable. And after that happened, I really needed to figure out what I wanted to do next. And it was this moment of ugly crying on my kitchen floor where Modern Muse Media came to be. And it really became clear to me that there was this niche and this need for people to learn how to do video themselves. We're seeing a lot more video on social media platforms, on websites, being used in emails, but people were really struggling with the technical aspects and even the story aspects as far as structure and what those videos needed to be. So we developed curriculums and workshops where we work with companies to teach them how to do great video for pretty much anything, social media, website, YouTube, whatever you like. And that's everything from shooting, lighting, editing, music, graphics, getting comfortable on camera, you name it, we do it. I also do coaching sessions with people to get a home set created so that they have nice lighting, so that they have good sound and that they're creating quality professional video content even from their homes.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people in the audience who are listening in right now, they're wondering how do they start on the video, because they're not just that experienced, and I know there's probably like top 3 reasons of why people don't do videos. So help us out here. Like, what are those reasons and how can they actually overcome them?
So funny enough, I come across this a lot, but the number one reason that people aren't doing video is that they are in the way of themselves and they have difficulty getting comfortable on camera. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way my voice sounds. So that coaching service that's new really addressed that concern that I was hearing from a lot of people, that before we even address the technical, let's kind of work through some of that and practice and mold. And so that is definitely the number one concern that people have, which is the first step before you pick up a camera. So number 2 is definitely the technical or the overwhelm with technical. So it doesn't have to be complicated. You can do great quality video and it can be fun and easy. Our one-day workshops are super fun. And we have a really great time and everybody creates a video by the end of the day. And my favorite part is that usually it's the most skeptical people, the ones with their arms crossed going, well, I signed up for this, but I don't know that you're going to be able to teach me how to do a video, Jesse. I know you're good, but you're not that good, are you? And it's like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because it doesn't have to be complicated. So that technical concern is definitely, I would say, number 2. And number 3 is time. So as I know a lot of solopreneurs, I work with a lot of companies, and their big concern is that it's going to take so much time or take my marketing person away from what they already have. Their plates are loaded. They have so much to do. So one thing that's a priority for us is really making it simple and easy, so that it doesn't have to be all consuming, and that you are able to, as a solopreneur, be able to continue to handle and wear all of the many hats that you already wear, and adding video to that is not going to completely overwhelm you.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot from people where they're just overwhelmed by all of those things, really, all 3 things. But I think the main one for our business and our team has been the time. And although we have attended your workshop, which was phenomenal, thank you so much for putting it on. It's been
Thank you so
phenomenal
much
to just
for
be
doing
able to do videos in the way that you taught us. We still use it all the time. But say for people who are thinking it's just going to consume all of their time, it's going to be a full-time job, help us out here. How long does it actually take to create videos? Like, how much time are we talking about here?
It depends on the type of video. So I was doing a one-to-one workshop yesterday, and with the software that we use on the phone, and this is for the mobile workshop, if you're shooting B-roll only, and if you attend the workshop, I'll explain what that is, you can create a video actually in 15 minutes or less. But if you're wanting to dig in and get a little bit more complicated, yes, it is going to take a little bit more time. So just like with our video production arm, when somebody comes to me and they say, okay, how much is this going to cost? How long is it going to take to complete? What does that look like? And I said, well, you tell me what that looks like, because it always depends on the scope of the project. And I said, the budget is going to depend on if we're shooting a half day in Edmonton or if we're shooting 2 days in Sweden. So we don't have packages because every video that we do has a different scope and has a different vision. So the time that you take to put into the videos is going to be dependent on that.
Let's cover this one thing, because I'm sure a lot of people are right now trying to figure out what is their return on investment on video. But let's talk about, like, why should we do video? Like, what's number one reason that absolutely every single entrepreneur out there, every single person should start doing videos right now?
Because that's what we are consuming.
Yeah.
So get visible, get video. And especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, we have seen very clearly that in order to communicate, in order to be seen, video has become an integral part of that process. And of course, the quality of your video is going to depend on your ROI and viewership, because people will tune out if that production level isn't necessarily engaging. So that's why it's important to learn simple tips and techniques in order to be able to get that production level up. Sound is so important. A lot of people don't know that audio is actually more important than video. Mm-hmm. And so if there's a video and there's not great sound, people will tune out almost immediately. So these are some of the things that we teach. And then there's also tools, there's gear, very cost-effective gear that's built for mobile that you can use with your phone, that will definitely increase those production values, that will give you those steadier shots, that will give you that crisper image, and of course that will give you that better quality sound that you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely love it. And so I know that you've been building your business for a while now, and Modern Muse Media is becoming a very common and known name here locally for sure. So the chances are you had to overcome some obstacles though in building that business, because come on, we all did. So I'm curious, what is it that you had to overcome, and how did it make you better at how you serve your clients?
Well, if we're going to get real deep here, I almost had to fold at one point, and that was due to burnout. So it was really that push energy that sent me into the hospital with pneumonia, and I had lost my assistant and I was not able to function. I wasn't able to get out of bed. And it was a real eye-opener. And it was actually a really sentimental moment with my father, who was on the phone with me and said, "Jess, where's the line?" And I said, "Dad, there isn't one." And he said, "Well, you're going to need to really think about that, because some of you may know, those who know me know, I lost my mom at a very young age. And so he lost his partner, his wife. They had been together since they were 15 years old. And he said, I'm not losing somebody else." So it really made me reflect on how I was doing work, and that it was always about work harder. And instead, what I really needed to do is work smarter and get in alignment and get into flow energy rather than in this push energy, which comes really natural for me as an A-type high achiever. So I brought on a coach, and I actually have two coaches. One was more for personal emotional trauma that occurred, including my own mother's death. And the other was for really that mindset shift. And working with them for 2 years, I have seen nothing but continued opportunity and doors opening and paying attention to things that are aligned, and I feel less tired, and I feel less run down, and I feel less resentful of my company because that occurred. You know, this is making me sick. I don't want to do this. You're making me sick. When it wasn't Modern Muse Media, it was the mindset of being an entrepreneur. And we celebrated our 4th anniversary in March of 2020. And I need to tell you that this has been the hardest thing that I have ever done in my life, other than parent a sassy, charismatic girl. And of course, I take that much more seriously. But what I actually really needed to do is I needed to let go of this tie to the company, and that it was the end all be all, and that if it didn't work out, then it would mean I didn't work out. And once I was able to let go of that and go, you know what, we're going to do this as long as it continues to serve me, as long as it continues to bring me joy. And no, not every day, because it is a roller coaster. But since I've done the coaching, the roller coaster has gone from kind of this kind of graph to a little bit more of this. And so really developing those coping tools, and I guess finally asking for help. That was a real challenge for me. I'm so used to doing everything on my own. I'm very independent. I'm so independent. And that was to my detriment. So reaching out and asking about joint ventures and collaborations, or even with simple things that I didn't know that I was afraid to ask, because shouldn't you know this as a successful businesswoman? And letting that ego part go and go, this is going to serve my company if I can come in with that humility and say, hey, can you help me?
So I'd say it's safe to assume that now you have so much more energy to serve your clients better.
I definitely have so much more energy. I definitely work a lot less. Sometimes I work with the guilt with that. It's just like, wait a minute, I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Something's wrong. No, wait, no, this is actually right. This is okay. So I feel myself evolving into, and having evolved into a very different place, which is all mindset work, right?
That's beautiful. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for coming on, sharing your genius and sharing your brilliance with us. For those who want to reach out and work with you or have more questions, where can they find you?
Awesome. They can email us at info@modernmusemedia.ca. They can check out our website at www.modernmusemedia.ca. And as well, of course, we are on Instagram, Modern Muse Media, Facebook, Modern Muse Media. I mean, we're just kind of all over the place. So I'd love to help. If anybody is feeling overwhelmed about getting into video, but knowing that they need to do this, I'm the help for this. So please feel free to reach out. We have had every single participant that has come through our curriculum or our workshops become successful video content creators. And that's something that we're really, really proud of. So yeah, we're here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jesse. And thank you for listening to today's episode. I love doing video, and I know video has made tremendous difference in our business ever since we started using it. So make sure you reach out to Jesse and get help that you need to start generating leads and start getting more visible with video. Now, if you are interested in checking out Your Holistic Earth, which is really going to give you all the resources that you need to live a healthy and happy life, go check it out over at profitableimpactacademy.com/YHE. See you in the next episode.